Look, it started off as a hobby, and then I got recognised for being good at something that really I was just enjoying doing. And I got to the top, and I stayed there for a fair amount of time. What was my real contribution to the game? It was that I had a vision of how the game should be played and refereed, and I stuck to my guns and ensured that my philosophy was fairly painted on every game that I was involved in. We all know that there's no such thing as a best referee. I mean, that's pretty obvious. But a lot of people have come up to me and told me that I was their favourite referee. That's very meaningful, because favourite and best are two different things. Well, I mean, I had to have watched other people get it wrong, and so that I can do that better. And there were others that I thought were, similar to me. So, some, and I've put this in my book, some that were similar were Kerry Fitzgerald of Australia, the late Ian, well, they're both actually late Ian Anderson as well, of South Africa. Those were two guys that I felt didn't really have an ego on the field and were quite comfortable to do what I thought, all along was in the best interest of the game. But I had to learn to accept that criticism was sometimes fair, that it was sometimes unfair, and that even if sometimes it was perceived as fair, but it was actually unjust. So you learn to get a bit more thick-skinned about that type of criticism, and you've got choices. I mean, you can bury your head in the ground and read nothing and watch nothing and surf nothing, or you can just accept that people have an opinion and they've got as much right to express it as you do, even though often they're just plain wrong. I think for me the book was about putting down in black and white my story. And there's some parts that are inspirational, that people will find inspiration from. I didn't come from a family who said, no, go and do that, that's your calling. It was a little bit of a challenge for me, even within my own realm. And like I said, I had challenges along the way, right up until the end. In respect of, well, they were pretty personal challenges, which I've put down in the book. People will take out different things from the book. Some people may not like the language that it's written in. Some people will love the honesty. Some people will say, how could you say that? So that's not important for me. What was important is that I put down my spirit, that I put down my legacy, my life, what I contributed to the game, and I've been quite comfortable to own up and say, in this particular case, I haven't got that right, or I've made a blunder there which wasn't insignificant. For me, it's a multifaceted book. It's about me, it's about my life, and it's about my life in rugby.